Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat. Oh, it is giving me a headache. Mortal Kombat. Oh my God. The movie is not supposed to do you like this. I don't understand it. Why? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time viewing my channel, I'm going to actually do a couple things for me. First thing what I need you to do is please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload. Also, give me a thumbs up. Also, leave a comment. Now, what we're going to talk about today is Mortal Kombat. Oh, how those two words together should bring ecstasy, but they're bringing me such a headache. Mortal Kombat is a movie that was highly anticipated, movie that I was looking forward to, movie that I was even contemplating going to the theater to see. But thank God for HBO Max, because I got up at 3 o'clock. No, in fact, 2:30 a.m. Friday morning, along with a couple of my buddies, Hanzo, LDG, JJ. A lot more people was up there on the screen. Can't name them all. Can't remember them all. Don't mean any disrespect. But nevertheless, I got up at 2:30 a.m. to get prepared, get myself woke up, got little snacks, pretzel sticks, a little bit of soda, and I was going to watch Mortal Kombat. Well, come to find out, Disney Plus released Falcon and Winter Soldier a few minutes before, so I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier and got pulled into Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is a show for another day, show for tomorrow. Be sure and catch it 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on my channel. It'll be a 2-hour special. Don't miss it. Anyway, not to get off track, I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 6. Then I went back and watched Mortal Kombat because I already watched the first 7 minutes of it. So I watched it, got into it, and the first 10 minutes was fire. But one thing which hit me off the bat, Chinese game pissed off at a Japanese game. Don't speak the language. So two different countries. So why in the world would they be enemies? Didn't tell any backstory. Didn't say many years ago, Lin Kuei did something to whoever or whatever, or maybe in a war that they had, one group killed the other group's son or leader or something. None of that. All we just know that Wuhan hates Scorpion, or Sub-Zero hates Scorpion. He comes there, murders his family, beats Scorpion. Beats Scorpion in a match, kills him, stabs him. In the game, and all the other lore, it's my understanding that Scorpion goes to hell, makes a deal with Quan Chi. Quan Chi imbues him with the powers of hell and all that kind of stuff, and he gets his revenge to come back. That didn't happen. Well, kind of, sort of. No Quan Chi, but other stuff kind of happened. That's the first time and only time that we see Scorpion in the first hour and 20 minutes of the movie. Last 10 minutes we see Scorpion, which I get to. If you saw the trailer, you pretty much saw the fights. One big criticism. Cole Young. I was a proponent that Cole Young wouldn't be a problem. And to me, he really wasn't a problem. Let me give you two different thought processes. Cole Young was a character that some people, in the phrase they use, is shoehorned in by the powers that be at the company that said, look, you got to put him in for whatever reason. I don't know what the reasons are. I don't really care. But they were what I'm being told, Cole Young was a forced character. Never was a character in any of the Mortal Kombat lore, Mortal Kombat games, books, whatever the case may be. Cole Young only exists in this movie. Now, the storyline that they had made sense to me, that he was a descendant of Scorpion and maybe his bloodline would run to be whatever would trickle into whatever and make. He had the potential to be a great warrior, like his great granddaddy, the Scorpion that we used to. I could get down with that if they would have wrote the story better. Wouldn't have a problem with that. But Ko Young was really boring. His character development and arc really wasn't exciting. He was just really a useless character. He became a little interesting once he got his power. But then what really tripped me out was like he was getting his butt kicked all before, not confident. Even when he was training, wasn't confident. Was steady getting his butt kicked. But once he got his power, and they call them arcanas. Arcanas is a power that you get once you have been claimed to be or proclaimed to be a warrior by the Mortal Kombat Dragon Tattoo, which I'll get into. That's the only way you can have a chance of defeating the other fighters in the off-worlds once you achieve your arcana. Now, see, once he achieved his arcana, he seemed to be like a leader because Raiden took them to a place called the Void, which to me was crazy. If you got a place where the bad guys can't find you, can't get to, and can't detect, why not train there? But you hid in a mountain, somewhat of a fortress, so to speak. And then if you're a god of thunder, why do you need a machine to help you create a force field? I didn't understand that. If Raiden is the god of thunder and all powerful, I thought he'd just snap his finger or whatever and create the force field. But he had to have some kind of machine to create the force field. And I guess he activated with his staff or something, his powers. Not sure. Didn't really understand why would a god of thunder need some kind of machine. Look like a dynamo to me to help create the force field or maintain the force field. Why couldn't he use his powers to do that? Because he's supposed to be like magical and wizards and stuff. So I thought those kind of spells were long lasting. You could put in place, it could last a long time unless they were counteracted by another spell. But like I said, I'm not a Mortal Kombat purist, just a casual view of Mortal Kombat. These are some of the things that I saw. People complain about Kano being an asshole. He was. I really wasn't a Kano fan in the actual game. I never played with him. Thought his power was kind of cheesy. He was better in the first Mortal Kombat. I don't care about his laser eye, laser beam. He had a few good one-liners here or there. Really didn't care about it. Jax, I never really been a Jax fan in the video game, to tell you the truth. Neither Sonya Blade. I was more with Johnny Cage, who was not in here. But if you watch the whole movie, they got indicators that he will be in the next one. The person to me that stole the show was Kung Lao. I have always been a Kung Lao fan. This guy who played Kung Lao, not really familiar with the actor who played him, but I thought he played him to the T. It was game accurate outfit, the moves, man, the move he did with that saw blade hat, man, how he killed somebody, one of the characters, the evil characters, was on point. It was fire. It's one of the best parts of the movie. However, he got killed. Shang Tsung, the only one good thing for as showing his powers is that he stole Kung Lao's soul. And he did it like this. She grabbed him by the throat and said, "Your soul is mine." And he sucks in the essence of Kung Lao and kills him that way. But other than that, Shang Tsung really didn't do nothing. He's not the Shang Tsung we saw in the first movie. And to quote somebody else who I saw earlier review, it was quite boring. They really dropped the ball on making these characters interesting and very underwhelming on what they did. Now, what I did like, two things I like about this movie. The guy that played Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, I think is his name, he is fantastic. I had no problem with Sub-Zero. I noticed that Sub-Zero in this movie had a lot more power because at one time he was like controlling the weather and stuff and making it hail and do all kind of crazy stuff. And he was a badass. I'm telling you, everyone seemed to fear Sub-Zero except Scorpion. But Sub-Zero, man, he didn't play. When he come there, you might as well go ahead and write your life insurance policy, because your loved one's about to cash it in because Sub-Zero is about to take you out. Jax, he froze both of his arms all the way up to the top of his biceps, took him out. He took out Scorpion's family. Now, the first 10 minutes, he froze Scorpion's family and froze him to death. Like he did the same thing to Cole Young's son, but however, they was able to get him out. I didn't understand that. Maybe I missed something, so I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I'm gonna classify this movie as a guilty pleasure movie. It's not a movie that I go to the theater and see, but now that is on HBO Max, if it comes on TV, I'll probably sit down and watch it. It is not as good as the first Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to sit here and try and sugarcoat it. Annihilation, I don't know. It kind of 1A, 1B. Conquest, definitely not. Conquest is the best Mortal Kombat project they did. It's a show that came out in the late 90s. You go back and watch it if you never watched it. It's called Mortal Kombat Conquest. It stars Kung Lao. Raiden, who's one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat. They underutilized him. He did a couple of special effects, and he showed potential of being a badass, but they didn't show him fighting. They didn't show Shang Tsung fighting. The fight scenes weren't very long. Goro, who's supposed to be like Mr. Billy Badass, he was defeated by Cole Young, who was a novice pretty much in the Mortal Kombat world. And one thing different that they did was, I guess either through bloodline or through whatever you were deemed the chosen one, the champion of that particular Earthrealm champion would be born with or either get a tattoo with a Mortal Kombat, the dragon that we're used to seeing the logo. But if you were killed by someone, that logo would transfer from that person's body to the person that killed you. Jax was able to get one. Sonya was able to get Kano's because she killed Kano in the movie. And then, of course, Cole Young was born with his. And there were several others. So at the end of the movie, once they're able to stave off Shang Tsung's attack, because Shang Tsung, they won the last 9 Mortal Kombats. They were winning. All they needed was just one. But I guess he was so scared that they might not do it that he kind of bend the rules, break the rules. I thought he said that before Mortal Kombat, the actual tournament, they could attack the different realms fighters. People that are purists of the game say, no, that's a no-no, that Shang Tsung actually cheated. Don't really care one way or the other. But basically, he came to Earth to try to destroy and kill the champions before the actual Mortal Kombat tournament began. So that is basically the movie. Shang Tsung was scared or fearful of losing the 10th battle, which would give them permission to come in and invade Earthrealm. So to ensure his victory, he sent his minions to one by one go and attack and kill the champions of Earth. So, after Cole Young got his Arcana, which seems to me to be like some kind of vibranium vest or something, the more he's hit with it, like he keeps that energy, and then with one great punch or one great move, he can expel that energy in an attack, some type of attack. Also, he got these things on his arm. They look kind of like nightsticks that remind me of what Riker used, like a nightstick, but they had blades on the end, and he could, I guess, mentally control them. They'd go back in the armor, and he could pop them out when he wanted to, and that's how he was able to kill Goro. He pretty much cut one of Goro's hands off, gutted him, and then stick one in his eye, and I think took him off and killed him. So basically, each Arcana, let me see if I can remember. I believe Kung Lao's Arcana was that hat, because he could throw that hat like Captain America's shield and stuff, make it do all kind of crazy stuff. So once he learned how to control his hat power, then that was his Arcana, was what I'm gathering. Of course, Liu Kang has the fire. He made a fire dragon, and he can control fire and that kind of stuff. I also like Cabal. Cabal, I think they did his special effects was good. If you are familiar with Cabal, he had a little knife, hooks. He had real fast speed and stuff. They demonstrated that. I thought that special effect was okay. I didn't have a problem with that special effect. They have Melina on there, of course. She's a female, got the reptile-like mouth. Now, they didn't have reptile on there, but they had he got another name like Sorkov, something. Basically like a giant lizard. Did not look like a green reptilian ninja like we see him on the game. He like an actual lizard. And that's what Kano killed. Kano killed him first, and that's when he pulled his heart out and says, Kano wins, all that kind of stuff. Kano, of course, his arcana was his laser eye. Once he became mad and angry, he developed his laser eye. Sonya Blade, when she killed Kano, she had the purple energy beam she shoot from her hand. Trying to think. Jax, he had like robotic arms that they put him on, but then when he got his arcana, they made it became even bigger and more metal and give him more strength to big mechanical arms, cybernetic arms we used to see them. Those was his. I'm trying to think. I believe that's all. But like I said, this movie was only like an hour and 30 minutes, hour 35 minutes. It wasn't that long. They didn't make it long. But I think this movie has potential to have a second movie, a prequel, a sequel, because maybe the studio will see that, look, we didn't listen to the director. We didn't listen to whoever was trying to tell them, because somebody had to tell them that this is not going to make it. So maybe if they're able to make a profit, like I said, let me see on Rotten Tomato. Let me share this. Rotten Tomato. They are 55% by the critics and 88% by the audience. So audience score says 88%. That's pretty high. Pretty high. The critics give it a 55%. It was like 60, 65, 60, 65, 64 2 days ago. So it's going down as far as the critics, but as far as the audience score, 88. So word of mouth is either going to kill or make this movie better. I'm not sure. I can tell you I'm not going to the theater to watch it. I may watch it again, but it will be in the comfort of my home. So it's not what I want it to be, but it's not trash either. I've seen worse movies. Doom, Dragonball Z, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman 84. I tell you, those are just the four I can think of top of my head that I think this movie is better than. So, having said that, please leave any comments that you may have about this review below, because I definitely want to hear them. Definitely appreciate it. Like I told you earlier, please subscribe to my channel. Please give me that thumbs up. Please hit the notification bell. And as always, man, have a good day. Peace. And I'm going to catch you next time.
Be very careful with the next thing you say.